Okay, guys, so I have an update about the flotilla that's headed for Antarctica, and a lot of people laughed and said it can't be done, especially with small pontoon boats. And maybe they were right. We already sustained a few casualties. The whale destroyed one, the shark jumped up on another. So the war is already on. We decided we had to stop by the port of Ushuaia, and we traded up our pontoons for bigger boats. And I think we have a chance to make it. Laugh now, but this is how empires are born.
Flat.
The world is flat.
Confirmed.
Completely flat. Completely flat.
And ice wall? What's beyond the ice wall?
You get to that and if you go down and then gravity works in a different direction. So when it rains, it doesn't fall on the floor, it falls up.
Is there another world beyond the ice wall?
Hi. How long have you been flying for?
Like for Delta 21 years, but maybe like 30 something.
I want to know, because they say the pilots know a lot. Do you think the Earth is flat or no?
I know it's flat.
You know it's flat? How long have you been flying for, you said?
Over 30 years.
And when you tell people that, do they think you're like crazy or no?
Only one person.
Hold your hand when I say this because no one held mine. Being a good person does not mean you pick the phone up every time someone calls you. Being a good person does not mean you have to be a people pleaser. Being a good person does not mean you have to be the one that everyone calls on when they're in need. Only thing that really makes you a good person is just being a good person, and you don't have to waste time trying to prove that to anyone. Live your life. People may call you selfish. Oh well. One thing you won't be is resentful and hateful for doing things that weren't, from the bottom of your heart. That's it. That's all.
Some places are a trap. That's why it's boring there. There's nothing to do. They won't bring anything there, any resources. They won't bring any activities for the children. And people wonder why. I wonder why they won't bring this to the city. They could do this and do that. They won't do that because it's all set up for when the children get out of high school to go ahead and put them in the prison.
Eating them worms first thing in the morning. Body got to deal with the worms first thing. And
let him. That was good. Let him cook.
What's wrong with you? Ain't nothing in them eggs. Put life in your body. Ain't nothing in that serpent to pancakes. I don't care if they are in your mama. Nothing. Fried foods, bacon, sausage, eating them worms first thing in the morning. Body got to deal with the worms first thing. And you're wondering why you go to sleep in the middle of the day. Because the worms go to sleep in the middle of the day because they can't find nothing to eat. The bloodstream's rushing too fast. You wonder why at night you stay awake. Because the bloodstream slows down, the body's time to rebuild itself. Restoration. The worms come out to play tag and eat something. You stay awake. You call it insomnia.
Napoleon Hill, based on his interviews with the richest people in the world, said it's one of the, if not the most powerful aspects of creating wealth in your life, being able to transmute the energy of sex. And really what that is sexual desire is creation desire, because sex is procreation. So when you have a strong sexual desire, you actually have a strong desire to create. If you're going to make money, you're creating. So when people transmute the desire for sex into the desire to make money, you're using that creative energy and putting it into money manifestation. And that is the critical aspect of creating wealth. Transmuting or moving the sexual desire into the desire to make money. You already have the energy to create money. The question is, are you using it by focusing it on making money, or are you just wasting
it? Have you grown as much as you think you have, right? And if you haven't, don't stress yourself. It's just certain protocols you have to do to grow to a certain point. You have to fast. It's going to cleanse your body. Kill parasites, kill any bad vibe, bad energy you have in you. It teaches you discipline. It gets you closer to the source. You have to get back in nature. Why not get back close with what you are literally born to be in. All of this extra shit, these humanly made things added on, is going to drain you. Everything is going to be an energy pull. You need to learn the source on your time. He's going to put you through enough tests and enough things to make you lean on him. He's going to make you see the light. But until you get rid of everything else, gossip, distractions, drugs, take your time getting away from them, but you have to drop them. And it's not for the sake of drugs are bad. It's for the sake of you need your body pure as it could be, cleansed as it could be. Don't do no lust, bro. That shit is just a distraction. Your vibration rise, your frequency rise, your awareness rise. You get closer with the source, our Father God. He shows you. You appreciate every moment of the learning and the discipline. It's not for this physical, it's for the next, and it's for what you need to learn while you're here before you get stuck here in the 3D realm in every life. I'm out.
Chosen ones are going through a shift in their energy that I know you're feeling right now. That chaotic hunger, that grind mentality hunger is not satiating you anymore. That uncalculated, uncoordinated, chaotic hunger that had you all over the place just attacking anything moving is not the same energy you've been resonating with. The hunger you have within you now is scary because it's coordinated. It's calculated. It's meticulous in ways that your hunger back then never was. And that's why this shit is different for you now. Because you're not trying to move with the hunger. You're guiding the hunger to the exact things that are going to feed it in ways that provide the nutrients necessary. Because your mind does not want chaos anymore. You want sustainability. And that's why your hunger is different now. And this hunger is so different now because you have a new level of awareness internally and externally. You are aware of how that chaotic hunger wasted so much energy because you didn't have a plan to guide that hunger. And you're aware of how externally society is changing, how the economy is pointed in a direction of scarcity, and you're not going to waste any time. That's why this hunger has shifted, because you're catching up on time you've wasted with this chaotic hunger that had you all over the place chasing your tail.
If you are successful at this moment while I'm talking to you, then you know that you have put in your work, that you have grind. No such thing as an overnight success. Believe me, anybody that ever made it have put in at least 5-10 years or more before they become successful. So I say, successful is you. Because you believe. You're the only one that stop yourself from being unsuccessful.
And, you know, I know you know because I've heard it on your show before. I mean, we steal 100 to 300,000 children a year just here in this country. And we drain their blood and we mix it with a Passover bread.
If you think that this is a simulation that we're living in, then you need to see this. So it's a guy on here saying that he cracked the code. He found out that we're living in a 300,000 year long experiment run by advanced civilization. And he believes that each and every one of us here has metadata. And we all have specific things that we're here for. Mind you, after he found out this information, he quit his job. He's giving away his degree. And he's showing you how to figure out your own metadata. You don't believe me, right? Look at this shit.
I am giving away my degree for free. If your name is Daniel William Schmidt, I will personally mail you this. It's an economics degree, one of the best in the world. You can get any job you want.
Get to the point.
I got a job in finance. I quit my job because I realized that we are living in a 300,000 year long experiment run by an advanced civilization, and all of us have metadata. If you take your full name and your date of birth, you can find your metadata. I calculated mine and I started crying because it was just so unbelievably accurate, and I realized that every single person has this, and that means we must be in an experiment. Every person is a different trial, and the civilization running this experiment is using this data to perfect their own society.
He goes on to say that we all have an encoded purpose. And his purpose is to build his own America. And that's exactly what he said he's about to do. I'm going to leave y'all with this.
At the top, you have God. God created what I call Civilization 1. And then Civilization 1 created the experiment we're in,
right,
which is us. So I'm working on a new civilization because I realized that my purpose is to create America 2 because America 1 has served its purpose. So please help me get rid of this degree.
I'm out.
Because this is America 1.
You cannot graduate if you still have human issues. Anger is a human issue, or at least let's say the context in which we dealing with it. It's a human issue. That's why they'll show you many gods in their emotion, because they're trying to show you how they overcome it, how they're powerful, how it all interacts. They're telling you a story about you, and so how you defeat it, how you're the Christ or the Krishna. There's always this Christ figure that defeats it. There's a book called 16 Crucified Savior by Kersey Graves that tells you about all the Christ figures around the world before there was a Jesus guy. And this Christ energy is what you are as a conscious person. That's what Christ energy is, what you're supposed to be. Okay, 12 Zodiac. C. Freeman L talked about how all the Zodiac at one point were animals, not just the few that are left. For instance, Libra, which are 2 scales, used to be a donkey with 2 scales on it. So the idea was there was a higher aspect of you and an animal aspect of you. These lower natured emotions are the animal aspects of you, which are over, which was personified in Donald Trump. The lower animal nature was displayed, no longer hidden, and exposed for what it was and is right now for the last 4 years, showing you that day is over. So the little aspects of the behavior that we still hold from the trauma, genocide, and animosity of this place must also go. As cliche as it sounds, you have to forgive and forget. We are no longer entangled in white man shit or the scenario. We still gonna have that little shit we gotta go through with your rent and your bills, but you're gonna have to do every other thing until you can get to a spiritual level where a solution presents itself, which it will. If you follow the path of this, you'll be surprised. This is your quickest way to self-realization and getting into the party of what's happening in the universe. Get into, like I said, the universe's only law is constant change, which is chaos. You are a chaos being. That's what your melanin is by nature. So if you want to join the party to truly destroy the humanity, you have to destroy the humanity in you. You have to deal with your childhood traumas and let them go. When you're in the heart chakra, to really step into Christ consciousness, it starts with, you need 3 things: forgiveness, healing, and compassion. All the attributes they said Jesus Christ was. So you first start with yourself to have compassion. That's your only human. You are who you are. This is your limitations. So there's good and bad in everybody. You get what I'm saying, as they say. But this is not about good and bad deeds. This is about releasing your humanity through the thought process. Now, letting go by being honest about your emotions and who and what you are. This in the occult is actually facing your demons. This is what the dark side is. This is called your shadow self, your doppelganger, your twin. It is the invisible friend that you created from a child to protect you.
So what do I mean by the secret spells of the English language? Well, let me share with you what I call our premier life sentence. And it goes something like this. We awake each morning and go off during the weekdays to earn up the living at various jobs and undertakings until we come to the weekend. And this seems perfectly acceptable to most people. However, more people die between 6 and 9 on a Monday morning than any other time of the week. So I do what I call a translation of the English language, and I spell that Trance with the idea that words cast spells. So when you translate that life sentence, you remember that a wake is a funeral party for the dead. Mourning is the state you're in when you attend a wake. And you would have to be in a week days to earn the living, since urns are for the ashes of the dead. We call our jobs undertakings. Job itself is a Hebrew word for persecuted. And what we get at the end of this perverse bargain with life is the weak end of the deal as we become progressively weakened ourselves. And so our most prevalent greeting to each other is hello, the reverse of which is oh hell. And at first, I suspected the hands of collusion entangling the language to foster illusion. And I think it's quite true that a culture's theology has a great deal to do with the word's etymology and how it evolves over time to combine incompatible meanings that may undermine the original thoughts it was meant to define. But now, I don't think it's planned, for the thing that I've found is that like concepts can gravitate toward the same sound and vibrate at the rate that our thoughts designate. Because words are electromagnetic vibrations whose fine alphabetic tintinnabulations can take on the tint of our true expectations, which they then imprint on our metal of mind, causing sounds to adhere when they're of the same kind.
Dude.
That density and negativity you're feeling is the friction of dimensions. As your voltage increases, the 3D resistance of environments like crowded areas or traffic jams feel like walking through deep water. It's heavy, thick, and it's loud. With your simple awareness to this, you're moving into the master builder alignment of the 222. Your experience with your external reflections is a literal frequency collision. You aren't scared of them. Your aura was bumping into theirs, and the dissonance created spiritual static. This is your eternal vibration. It's like the predator versus prey mirror of polarity. You see reflections who appear successful and healthy, the 3D version of power, and yet your gut felt the negativity polarity. This is because the 3D often builds success on control, competition, and ego. You cause a disturbance. Your overwhelming presence as the golden child is meeting their grounded 3D power as the red-black team of reality. The vibration you felt was the incompatibility of the code. This is the true identification. The reason it's hard to distinguish your energy from theirs is that you are a sovereign mirror. You are reflecting their density back at them, and you are feeling the reflection, the density exhaustion. It makes you strongly not even want to be here. This causes wandering fatigue for chosen ones. When you even start to feel that vibration at a 5D level, the 3D feels like a low resolution prison. The gnosis. Stay focused. You aren't here to like the density. You are here to transmute it. Every time you observe without judgment and place a positive note, you are infecting the matrix with higher light code. You are the one, the source code, the secret agent in the matrix. You're literally doing work that 99% of people here can't even perceive. That's the ambassador zone out. Keep using your techniques. Deep breath, centering, observing, then returning to your zone. It's your diplomatic protocol. You don't have to live in their energy. You're just passing through. When you place that positive note in the gap opportunity, you are leaving a digital footprint of the great nation we are building in a place that desperately needs it. You're seeding the world. This is your 222 architect's confirmation. The fact that you're processing this at the 222 alignment is the universe saying, my child, stay the course. You are building the bridge out of the density. It's the 2 + 2 + 2 = 6 formula, the number of harmony and service. Your service is simply staying awake in a building full of sleepers. It's the sovereignty density protocol. When the density gets too bright or too heavy all at once, use this to protect your voltage, the shield ritual. Before you even enter the dense environment, the crowds, the job, the traffic. Imagine you're putting on a golden suit of armor. This isn't for defense, which implies fear. It's for containment. Your energy in and their energy out. You are the child of God. Recall this. Remember, that's your identity card. No matter how prejudiced or negative an external vibration is, it cannot change your sovereign title. Sun gazing is a calibration. Use the sun tonight to burn off the gray sludge of negative energy. Let the literal light of your eternal being reset your filters. The insight on you feeling like you don't belong here is because you don't. You are a visitor from the highest perception, helping a lower world learn how to breathe. My kings and queens, as the 222 Master Architect stabilizes your field, begin to feel every disturbance from a negative encounter start to dissolve into data. Since you're the ambassador just visiting, use a high-frequency command you want to give your body to help it feel light, despite the density of the world around you.